Every moment is a fresh beginning. By that, I meant do not wait until the conditions are perfect to begin. Beginning itself makes the conditions perfect. On this beautiful quote by Alan Cohen, we mark the beginning of a new era for EduNation TV, where we'll be crossing the Asian boundaries and we'll be meeting the leaders of education beyond India. So, the topic of this episode will resolve around education beyond the Asian boundaries. Today's episode of EduNation TV, powered by the Global School Awards, will be graced by Mr. Ramesh Adhikari. He is the principal of one of the most premier educational institutions located in Kathmandu, that is in Nepal, that is the Southwestern School. So, a very warm welcome to Mr. Ramesh.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be here. Thank you very much.
Okay, so as we move further in this discussion involving the education across the Asian boundaries and education in India and Nepal, the first point of discussion here will be that education in Nepal from the primary to the university level has been modeled from the very inception on the Indian system. In simpler words, I would say that Nepal's education system was adopted from that of the India's education system. So you might know that India has recently come up with a new education policy with major reforms where 10 plus 2 structure in the schooling system has been replaced by a 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 structure and will include 12 years of schooling and 3 years of preschooling. So this involves a major shift to vocational training over rote learning in both rural and urban India. This policy aims to transform the India's education system by 2030. My question here to you, sir, here is that your government, that is the Nepal's government, is it looking to adopt the Indian system of the new education policy, or is any new education system being made by Nepal as India, or has the government already made one, which will benefit the students of Nepal or the education community of Nepal?
Thank you, Uday sir. I will try to summarize the question you have asked.
Please.
I guess in India, in this July, new policy this has been implemented. And as you mentioned there, education system till plus 2 days, even in upper level, these are quite similar between India and Nepal. Schooling level of education till class 10, and in Nepal, and this is called SEE, which is very important here. And this is third in important basis by the parents, by the concern, it means that. And vocational training, interest for the vocational training, this has been increasing by leaps and bounds in my country, Nepal. Most of the common people, most of the common students, common parents, they are very eager to the vocational training, like the vocational training system this is in India. And due to various factors, as you know that, due to the neighboring countries, most of the similarities and most of the things, these are similar. So education, this is not untaught. Similar things, similar practice and similar curriculum, even similar ECA activities you can see between two countries.
All right. So moving ahead, I'll say that India, there are certain student exchange programs within countries all across the globe, but India gets maximum foreign students from Nepal. Indian state Karnataka is the Nepal students' favorite for education. This is basically I'm mentioning according to the HRD Ministry data of 2019 of India. So what are your views on Nepalese students enrolling in India for further education or any kind of education? What are your views on that?
Education, for getting upper level of education, especially higher degree of education. I think you heard spoken in the fact basis from Nepal, especially in the course of nursing, engineering, and I guess in automobile engineering. This is quite popular in Nepali student, agriculture and management. Most of the student, and compared to the last year, the number and these have been increasing to get those education from India. As we all know that there is specific change. India has made noticeable improvement in the field of education. That's why to get practical level of education, most of the Nepalese students, they are interested and they have been going in the selective package is I told you here. And this is unquestionably true, what you told here.
Okay, so what you are saying, and I summarize from that, is the students from Nepal are moving to India for technical education. That can be a BTech degree, or that mainly is for the automation degree. That is, they are going into the automobile engineering from Nepal to India for better pastures of education. Is that what you're trying to say in that?
Yes, sir, exactly, yeah, exactly.
Okay, so
yeah.
The earlier discussion, the earlier question brings me to the next point, that can we not attempt almost common education systems in all of the Asian countries, in all across the Asian continent? If yes, how can that be possible according to you?
Uday sir, the question seems very easy. I guess implementation part, and this is quite hard.
Okay.
But yeah, and being based on the question, I can tell you that. Yeah. Especially in the Asian countries, the level of education, it was maximum here. This has been flourished after 20th century. Like your country, India, China, and some others, and they are making some specific change in the field of education. Being based on the fact, I can tell you that if there is some sort of variation, if we make special division among the countries, between and among the schools, after making those variation, after preparing concept, after preparing some frameworks, we can go there. We can go there, and discrimination, parental guidance, these are the disturbing factors, and this can be also the topics for discussion. After that, education in Asian level, I guess so, and this can be implemented overall.
Okay, so what I get from your point of explanation is that the entire thing, that is the common education system, can be brought in all of the Asian countries, but the main barrier to that is the point of discrimination, which can be faced all across this continent if the students are going in for the common education system, right?
Yeah, besides this common policy, as we all know that being in the same field, common policies, and these have to be made at the same time. Educational policies, when this will be the focal point, and this will be easier. This will be easier and comfortable to apply common education system in Asian country.
All right. So that was particularly and nicely explained by you. Moving ahead, on a similar basis, I would like you to answer one of the things that, would you like to please share your concepts on collaborative interactions with international schools and how it can be possible according to you?
Uday sir, collaborative interaction, this is appreciable. This is quite official word. Thank you for that. And yes, exactly, unquestionably, collaborative interaction, this can be done. For example, by exchanging cultures between different countries, between different schools, and making sporting event, at the same time, extracurricular activities. By doing that, and this, as I told earlier, we can do ourselves. By applying that, and after sharing pros and cons, had happened and used to happen in school. While sharing these factors, and after applying this collaborative interaction, this can be done. In this globalization time, the world is narrowing day by day. The world, this has been kept in the pocket. So in this 21st century, by applying different technology, something different we can do for the collaborative interaction.
Okay, so what I summarize, and what in addition I would like to add, is collaborative interactions for and with international schools can be done through private bodies sitting in different nations in Asia itself. Private bodies as such, this is EduNation TV, and we are connecting live with you in a different country, that is in Nepal, but in Asia. So this is basically a collaborative interaction with international schools as we are sitting in India and you are in Nepal. So this is the thing you're trying to explain at this point?
Yes, sir. This is the point. This is the point. Like Global Skill Award and this professional team, during this COVID-19 situation, the world is being hit the hardest. In this critical situation also, your professional team, what you are attending, this is one of the finest example for the collaborative interaction.
Okay, so what you mean to say is that collaborative interactions can be done at a private level through a corporates and as well as by the government approval as well. If the government also approves to certain policy, these collaborative interactions will increase to a greater extent and can make profits for a lot of people, not just profits like money wise, but profits through knowledge wise as well.
Yeah, by the government level, from the policy level, if the way is made clear, and this should be affirmative for the institution like ours, like Global Skill Award and Southwestern School. I know there are many institutions. When the policy level is clear, and then we do not have to be engaged in technical part. We can do as systematically as possible, and
Right.
we can do making different plans. Making different plans we can apply. I guess I can tell you that from government level, when everything is clear, undoubtedly, and the way, and this will be easy to reach in our destination, what we are expecting to do.
Absolutely. So, sir, apart from this, as you are running a school, such a big school in the capital state of Nepal in Kathmandu, what kind of new problems have you encountered and dealt within your organization during this coronavirus pandemic? And what was your plan of action during this critical situation for your students who are into education with you or are studying under you?
So thank you very much. Thank you because you hit the question. You understood the condition of our country, Nepal. Actually, we did not expect the COVID-19 situation in this longer period. So waiting for some time, and we just waited and waited, and time was going on. After that, we made different plan in an urgent basis. Like you told, it's very challenging to it total education system. As a country Nepal, as you know that a practical education system, this have been applying. In Southwestern Asia also, we have been doing so. So collection of student, managing total staff, applying whole system of education to develop the level of competence and performance for the children. In my school, I think I have to mention here, most of the activities, Southwestern School means education with activities. 21st century means only the education, this may not be valuable. At the same time, especially extracurricular activities, this is needed. That is why I can tell you that education with activities, this is being very difficult. This is being very difficult. And in the part of management also, I think you understand that it's not easy. It's not easy to make win-win situation for the parents, for the student, and even for the school management. So this is tough job we have been facing here in my country, Nepal.
Okay, so sir, what are the particular plan of actions you have taken your students to still be in the phase of education and still gain knowledge during this entire period? Are the students going through education through the system of online teaching, or what is the exact thing how are you carrying on with education during this time?
Yes, yeah, this is actually in my school, we have started online class 4 months before.
All right.
4 months before. When the COVID-19 situation, and this was spreading rapidly at the same time, by giving special training for the teachers, we are updated. So it's easy, it's comfortable to launch online classes. And some days back, some days before, the government of Nepal has spoken some policies for applying this situation, this COVID-19 situation, being based on that, with extracurricular activities, educational plan we have prepared, calendar this has been prepared, and from different ways. We are planning to sit with the parents, to sit with the student, and how can we provide fullest education in this COVID-19 situation. With the fullest preparation, we are about to apply this. We are about to apply this, and being best on the routine, we are doing that. We are doing that, and school is changing that. This year, this will be the COVID-19 year. That's why we are planning COVID-19 plan. COVID-19 plan means online classes and everything. All the system, result, activity, teaching system, coordination, cooperation with the parents, everything. And this will be by the same Zoom system. That is why. Being based on that, we are ready, and within a couple of days, we are going to go for the implementation.
That is great, sir. That is great, because the implementation part only depends upon everything. It is great to hear you making such amount of efforts for your school. So moving ahead, now I have something to ask which is completely beyond education. This is between India and Nepal, and we as brothers sitting in different nations, right? So India and Nepal share a land boundary of 1,751 kilometers. That means we obviously share a lot of religions, customs, cultures, beliefs, and many traditions all across India and Nepal are similar, right? So recently there have been political agendas where the Nepal's government have brought up border disputes with India. So according to you, being a citizen of Nepal, do you still hold the same communal harmony for the Indians, or have those political agendas driven you ashore or driven you apart from the Indian community as a friend of yours or as a brother of yours?
This is actually very sensitive topics, and this is
Okay.
increasing. This is increasing between two countries. We know that a dispute of border issue, and this will be very long lasting, and this is serious issue. We know that. In my personal opinion, government from both sides and from diplomacy level, and being based on the international system, applying diplomacy, and from the top level, observing historical facts, solution has to be made, and the solution that should be very healthy, solution that should be very fair. As you know that Nepal, the country, it is unity in diversity. In any name, we do not see any dispute. In the name of religion, in the name of caste, in the name of community, we didn't see any sort of tussle, any sort of dispute here. That's why we Nepalese people, personally myself and my country, we want same harmony. We want same universal sense of brotherhood. We want same attachment. When after the human civilization, after many moments, we have such attachment from the age. This should not be broken. This should not be scattered. So, understanding the core feeling of citizen between two countries, decision has to be made. Decision has to be made. So, decision should be adjustable for the both citizen in the same manner, in the same vein.
Right. So what I get from your point is political agendas are on the side and Hindi Nepali are bhai bhai.
Yeah. Roti beti ka
Right.
sambandh like that.
Okay, that is great. So that was good to hear from you on this point. So, sir, I would like to see you further on the virtual award ceremony, for which you have been already selected by the Global School Awards. I'll be looking forward to see you on that platform on that day. And anything you would like to add on from your end as we conclude this session?
Thank you, sir. Especially Udayveer, sir. Tons of thanks for you and your wonderful team. We have to learn something from your team also, because your sense of professionalism and even personal connection in need basis, 24-hour, these things, this professional practice we have to learn. And as we mentioned earlier in our discussion, to make education system better and to extend the horizon of education system, my special thanks for you and congratulations. Such innovative tracks, such creative tracks, this team, Global School Award team, I think they will carry on. On
Yes, sir.
such occasion, on such a specific moment, I look forward to seeing you all. Even the meeting, it is possible in the physical presence. I am very positive for that also. And as a member for that award ceremony also, I can tell you that in a single word, we have to learn professionalism and organizational behavior from you all. Thank you very much for providing such wonderful opportunity by the Global School Award and Edu Nation TV. And this is international platform. And this is our idea. In speaking time, if there is something wrong, I know that excuse this will be given. So in the days to come, such opportunity, we will be seeing that. Thank you very much. Thank you, Uday sir.
Thank you so much for joining, sir. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you very much again. It's very wonderful to see you here.